If you're a superintendent who collects data, shares that information with your team or maybe the pro shop, and you're not using iOS shortcuts, then you're probably doing it all wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you an example of how we collect rain averages here at Fiddlesticks Country Club and input that data with a few simple clicks, and automatically collects that data, shares that data via email and text message, all with a few simple clicks in iOS shortcuts. This is the Shortcuts app. It's on every iPhone. If it's not on your iPhone, go check on the App Store and download it there. That's probably the most powerful app that's on your phone that you didn't even know. So for this example, we're going to take a look at how we record our rainfall. Let's trigger this demo on and kind of show you what it looks like from our end. So our first reading is our shop. We're just going to input how much rain we got in each one of those gauges. Again, it's just an example. Our second location is our front gate. Let's just say 0.4. Next location, let's just say 8.5. 14 lock, let's go ahead and give it a 1.2. Final one, let's just say 0.5. All right, so all we hit is done there, and you'll see a prompt that comes up and it shows the date and gives us all those locations. We just input it and it automatically averages it for you here at 0.63. It asks, do you want to continue? Okay, so when I hit OK, it'll take a second. And boom, it comes right up to our other app from Apple called Numbers. And you can see where the inputs were made right there. There's our average that it's showing. We've also got it set up so it records our month to date automatically. We didn't hit anything else. We just used that Shortcuts app. But it also did a couple other things, which we'll show you. If we go to our messages, and now I message this to myself, again, this is a demo, you'll see all that same information is right there. Now you can have this message anyone you'd like. It's really great. So we have it set up to all of our key team members. They know how much rain we got the night before, so that's great. It also will show you right here. I had it set up to send me an email, so anything that reaches over a 1/4 inch of rain, you can do another notification. Now we have it set up to notify the golf shop that, hey, we got at least a 1/4 inch of rain. There's a potential of cart restrictions, so please contact us. So it's a great tool to have. You know, it beats the old days of having to, write things down on a piece of paper and, log it in manually through a computer Excel. What jobs do you do that you have to log data that you wish you could do more seamlessly and quicker, and also communicate that out? You're not going to beat it with this free app right here, as long as you have an iPhone. So let's go build a quick app real quick. We'll hit this plus sign here in our Shortcuts app, and it's going to prompt you to a couple different things. First thing we'll do is we'll name this. Let's just say test rain. Done. All right, the first action I like to do, so when you search here, you can search in Vibrate, and you'll see that prompt right there, and it'll come to the top. So this is kind of like your timeline of what's going to happen. As you start building these things, it's going to do whatever you do or whatever you say in order. We're just going to use 2 rain gauges, so we're going to go to our favorites here. I've already got a bunch of these loaded up, the ones that I use often, I guess you could say. And next thing we're going to grab is the date. You're going to see the date pops up there. All right, so let's get those 2 rain examples there. Pull up our favorites again, and you can preload all these favorites on there. If not, you can just search. Down here you see the search. You can just type in numbers, and you'll see a number just pop up right here. Just click it, and it'll show up at the bottom here. Now it's kind of faded out, so you want to click on this. So we're going to click ask each time. All right, so when we click ask each time is where you can add, they'll say the location of that rain gauge. So for this example, just hit north. We'll back out of that. Now you can't see it, unfortunately, but you'll see what I'm talking about later. Let's add another number again. Ask each time again. Click on this, and this one will say south. Okay. So right now you see we got the vibrate, we got the current date, you got the number selected, which is the rain gauge on the north, and then the rain gauge on the south. Again, you can't see it, but you'll see it once the text message or email goes out. Okay, next thing we need to do is get the average of these two numbers. Look up the calculator, And we'll do calculate expression to kind of show you the options that you can do. We need to take this number here and clear the variable. And you can kind of see it's kind of faded out. You can add any kind of equation you want. Let's start by clicking on that, and we're going to do a parentheses and select variable. This tool is very key. You'll be using this on many different functions. This helps you grab anything that you got listed, and you'll see what happens when you click it. It highlights you want to add the date, that first number, second number. We were going for that first number on that north. Now we're going to hit the plus sign and then select variable again. The second number for the south. You need to close that parentheses. Now divide it by 2, and that will give us our average. Done. All right, so let's put it together in a text just so we can help get it organized a little bit. So I'm going to look here for text. Should be under my favorites. There's the text. And right here, this is where we're going to use a lot of the variable. Click select a variable, get the current date. And it'll ask you specific questions on how you want that to look. This gives you an example of what it's going to look like. The date format, you can make it smaller. We can go that function there where it shows 9/9/23 as the example. Close out of that. Click on this again. When we hit enter after the date, then you can plug in anything you want. So let's get the north reading. So north space, and then we're going to hit select variable again, get that north number by clicking this one, space again, and then type in inches. Hit enter. We'll type in south. We'll select the variable. Again, this is the south number right here. Hit space again, inches. All right, one more. Let's get the average of those two numbers. So we'll type in average and select the variable again. So we'll do the calculated number, which is right here. And there you go. So once you have this text, you can actually use this text. It's a lot easier to add multiple functions as far as messages and emails go. So let's work on how to get that actual text message out. We'll hit done there. And let's go to favorites, send a message. All right. Automatically, when you put it under here, you'll see this little line here, and it shows sending that text. So whatever's in this text box will be sending that message. Click on recipients. I'm just going to use myself. All right. Then hit done. You can add as many people as you want on there. So next we're going to hit this little arrow and down. This option here is if you want an actual response to show when running that text message going out, you can. I typically just leave it off and let it go automatically. So let's give a test run and see how this works as we have it right now. Test rain that we have. All right, let's click on that. You're going to see there's the north. So let's just say 0.25. And there's the south. Click in there. Let's say 0.75. Done. Now notice we didn't see a prompt or anything, but if we go into the messages, you'll see it popped up right there. That was the date that we have, the time, north, south, and the average. Does it for you automatically. Pretty cool, huh? Now, one thing you didn't notice was that we didn't get that notification as far as a confirmation. So let's change that and get a confirmation. You can go back in your shortcuts and click on this little 3 thing that kind of brings you back to this little timeline. And let's get a notification before we send that message. I've already got it in my favorites down here. Show alert is what you need to search for. So when you hit show alert, it'll give you this prompt here. So we need to clear that. And let's select the variable. Let's use that same text message. And let's drop down the arrow there, and it says, and we'll just add in continue with a question mark. Now you'll see what this does. Show cancellation button. If you're going to do this alert, you might as well leave this on. The problem that we got is we got to move this up above the text message. If we don't, then it's going to send a text message out, then send us the alert. We don't want that. You can click on it and drag it up over the text message. Now you'll see what happens. Let's run the shortcut again. 0.3. Hit done. There's your alert that comes up now. So continue is the question. Just make sure all this information is correct. If it is, you can hit OK. If you don't hit OK and you hit cancel, it won't send the message. So this gives you a chance to go back and fix any adjustments that you need. So we're going to hit OK just to show you again. Now it should show up as our text message. There it is. Easy, right?